WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, our website, www.wvtcradio.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users.
You are tuned to WVTCRadioDetroit.com, to the Sandy Rose Show with your host, Sandy Rose, where you'll hear the finest in gospel music, insightful conversation, and guests that will enhance you. The Sandy Rose Show can be heard every Monday and Tuesday from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, live on YouTube. So get your pencil, paper, and shouting shoes and get ready for today's broadcast. Why not text a friend or tag a friend and tell them to listen too?
O Lord, my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds that thy hands have made, you stood somewhere behind the great, grand, and glorious hills of eternity. Rearranged your agenda for the creation of this vast universe. You reached down with your omnipotent hand unto the great abyss of nothingness and threw nothing out into nowhere, and nothing became something. What a world we live in. Look at this world. It's gigantic and it's grand. Mountain heights with scintillating views, valleys scooped out by eternal hands, rolling prairies, running brooks, rippling streams blessed with gold, silver, diamonds, and all kinds of precious minerals. My soul sings when I look and see how God splashed a multitude of stars kissing the heavens like diamonds sprinkled against black velvet and hanging like trapezes from the roof of God's gymnasium. You placed the moon and announced for the world to hear, this is the queen of the night, and she has never stopped shining. The oceans, whose depths have to be measured in miles. The sun has never run out of gas. The stars keep coming out to play. The seasons still march in splendid succession. My God is real. He is from everlasting to everlasting. He even looked around one day to see what he had created and said, that's good. And one day, when he brings everything to consummation and a glorious fruition, when he comes with a shout of acclamation to take me home, what joy shall fill my heart. When he calls me, I will answer and I will bow in humble adoration, and my soul will say, how great thou art. For I know I have a house of many mansions, eternal in the heavens, up where Jesus lives, up beyond the atmosphere, the stratosphere, the exosphere, the troposphere, up where I'll never grow old, up to the streets of gold, up beyond the vicissitudes of life. And I will honor him as King of Kings and Lord of Lords, and simply say to him that is able to keep you from falling and to present you faultless before the presence of his glory with exceeding joy, to the only wise God, our Savior, be glory and majesty, dominion and power, both now and forever and forever and forever. My God, how great thou art.
You must understand, in order to be on this trip this long, you have to be authentic in order to be able to have this close relationship, not only with the people, but with the Lord himself. And you must understand, to go forward and to live a long time in relationships as well individually, you must always understand how important it is to trust God in every situation. Paul did not hesitate to be helpful in verse 20 and 21. This meant speaking up about Jesus well, giving other assistance. Don't ever get so selfish. Don't ever get so selfish to think that you can't be able to, I don't care how high you go, you can always come back down to where you started from. Let the church say amen. Never get to the point where you feel like you're better than anybody else. I wish I had somebody want to have a little church here. You must always have these Christian core values, each and every one of you. You must also practice what you preach. Don't just really preach and not practice what you preach. People will know. You must understand, only Bible that people really have is the Bible they see you. I wish I had somebody here want to have a little church here. Let the church say amen. And so that's what Paul was doing. 2 years and 6 months and some weeks, he was basically preaching the Word of God and teaching the Word of God. Paul chose to earn his own living. Look at the Word. And be supported by gifts of those he taught. Understand, in 50 years, I never asked for a raise. In 50 years, nobody asked to give me a raise. In 50 years, I never asked for a raise. In 50 years, nobody asked to give me a raise. And just maybe, because like Paul, God always takes care of the church and the man of God that runs the church. I wish I had somebody here want to have a little church here. Let the church say amen. You must always remember, the more you give and kind to your preacher, the more that God will give and be kind to you. I wish I had somebody want to have just a little prayer church here right now. Am I in the right house here?
When I think about how good God's been to me, how he saved my soul and morning, starting me on my way. Food on the table, I know God is able. Who woke you up this morning? Who started you on your way? Who put those pancakes on the table? I know God is able. Who woke you up this morning? Who started you on your way? Who put the grits on the table? I know God is able. And I never sure won't forget what the Lord done for me. Yeah. Now let me sing my verse one more time, y'all. I've been so sick, thought I wasn't gonna get well. I healed my body. I got a story to tell, and I never sure won't forget what the Lord done for me. Yeah, and I want to tell you one more time. He woke me up this morning, started me on my way. Some food was on my table. I know God is able. Who woke you up this morning? Started you on your way. Who put them biscuits on the table? Anybody know God is able? Who was it who woke you up this morning? Who started you on your way? Who put those pancakes on the table? Anybody know God is able? And I never sure won't forget. Let's slow it down. Now let me tell you what he's done for me. He woke me up this morning, started me on my way. Food was on my table. Anybody know God is able? Who was it who woke you up this morning? Who started you on your way? Who put those biscuits on the table? Anybody know God is able? Who woke you up this morning? Who started you on your way? Who put those grits on the table? Anybody know God is able? And I never If you know he's all right, wave your hand. Is it anybody in here ever tried it? Did he make everything all right? He's a good God. He's a right now God. Who woke you up this morning? Who started you on your way? He put some bacon on the table. Anybody know he's able? Who woke you up this morning? Who started you on your way? Some coffee in the cup. Anybody know God is able? And I never
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's Father Hayes there.
You
Some
got
folks
bacon
call
on
him
your
Dr. Hayes, but that's Father Hayes right there.
you have bacon on your plate.
He said, "Who put the grits on the table?"
No, I'm all right with all of that except for the grits. I'm sorry.
Listen, I'll take the grits, the biscuits, the pancakes, all of it.
You
All
got to
of it.
top that syrup up with the
But
biscuit.
God
but they
is
talking
good.
about you can't have sugar in the grits, and I think that's the only way I could eat them.
No, you put salt on grits.
I know that's what I'm saying.
Salt and
Salt
butter.
won't do
Don't
it
put
for
no
me.
sugar.
Well, you can put a little jelly in the grits too. Hallelujah.
Okay.
Got to.
Little jelly, little something sweet, something sweet. All right, but we want to welcome everybody to today's show. I am Sandy Rose, and you are.
I am Teresa Acton.
I am Richard Darrell Nichols.
All right, and it's good to be here. That was none other than the message today came from Reverend Jim Holly, who just retired as the pastor of the historic Little Rock Baptist Church right here in Detroit, Michigan. We affectionately call him the mayor of the North End of Detroit because Reverend Holly has his hands all in the city of Detroit.
Wow.
And we love him. We love him. We love him. And we wish him well. We know that he's just retiring from the ministry, but he is not retiring from service.
Amen.
He
Right,
is
right.
an active police commissioner.
Oh,
He's doing a lot.
Right.
He's always busy in the community. They are erecting a building, a senior citizens building for him. He has the COVID vaccines, a medical clinic. Reverend Holly has done so much for the city of Detroit. He kind of reminds me
wow.
of a Chip Murray. You know, that's who you would look for in the middle of if something is going on,
Stuff.
you call Reverend Holly. Yeah.
Okay.
And he has just
Wow.
been a stalwart. I think it was 49 years, maybe he was the pastor. He's just a wonderful, wonderful man of God. And he's always there if you need him. He knows people's names on the street. So yeah, he's just a wonderful guy, and we wish him well as he goes forward to do in his second go round.
Right.
We also wish the new pastor, Reverend Antoine Colvin. He is going to be installed, I believe, in April. And so we want to wish him well in all that he does. And okay, who's got something going on? All right. But we want to wish him well. And then we know that was none other than Father Hayes. And Father Hayes is just Father Hayes. And we miss him, but we are thankful for recordings.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
We are thankful for recordings.
Richard had a visitor back there. That's what I was looking at.
Yeah, he had a visitor. And he had a lot going on right
I'm
up
like,
in
who was that?
Right.
Yeah.
You didn't notice that though, did you?
Oh no, we didn't notice nothing. Yeah. But
Kind of slipped there.
yeah, and this is what's strange to me. Now, Roxy is in the middle of the desert, and it's 64 degrees.
It's
I'm
64.
sad. I want it to be like 75 or something.
She's experiencing her winter.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
I
she's
just
getting
thought
better,
that
though.
there would be hope.
Well, there is, because she was 59 last week, wasn't she?
She was down
Yeah,
in the
It was
yeah.
59 last week, so it's getting better.
Yes.
But we need to have somebody come over this way. I think we're in our 20s today.
Since we're
Wow.
talking about sugar and grits, are you still eating leftovers from the holiday?
Oh, from New Year's?
Yes.
I would hope so.
A little bit. A little bit.
I'm having leftovers for lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Hey, I'm all right with it as long as it's there and it's not tainty.
Oh yeah, it's still good. I have my gumbo in the morning for lunch, and then I get macaroni and cheese, ham, and what's else? Macaroni, cheese, cabbage, black eyed peas in the evening, and then I have a late snack. I go back and get some more gumbo.
Okay.
Wilma made a lot of gumbo and we were gonna have people over. And then she decided not to. We decided to go on the self quarantine, so we have a lot of gumbo left. And I invited some people from my Sunday school class to come get a bowl. They haven't made it yet, so I'm gonna eat it for them while I wait for them to get here.
All right.
And then they won't have any to give them.
Yeah, Julian Bonner says his part is anybody know God is able, and I put cheese and grits in my shrimp. So he doesn't have grits.
Yeah,
cheese
that's
shrimp.
good.
He has.
That's a good dish. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's always more shrimp in there. Yeah, I love that. And I had that when I was in California a couple weeks ago.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What did you eat? Do you remember the restaurant you went to?
It's called My Sister's House.
Oh, my sister.
I was gonna say, yeah. Her sister did all that cooking.
Yeah,
yeah. Gourmet chef going out there. Shoot.
Yeah. It's
Oh, I
called.
thought that was the name of the restaurant because they do have My Sister's Kitchen.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Are you kidding? Okay, that's a good name. Yep. We want to welcome everybody to the show today. Roxy is a sugar. Roxy is a sugar in the grits.
Thank you.
She probably put sugar on her rice too, which is wrong.
Okay, that's not bad.
I would. Some people have that for cereal.
And salt. Yeah, rice is not a cereal, is it?
It could be.
I'm saying people have it for breakfast.
Yeah, for some people it is. Yeah. Yep. And Judy
you
said
she
go
back
just
to the
finished her black eyed peas, rice, and cornbread. All right.
We don't have anything left but lettuce.
Check it in. New Orleans, because that's New Orleans right there. That's shrimp and grits. Yeah, shrimp belongs in grits. You got that right. Yeah, and Roxy says she likes it on the rice too. But Roosevelt is like,
Roosevelt, I'm with you.
He's a city boy. He's a city boy.
He don't know good all the way.
Yeah. So it's just a good day. Is my cousin online? Hey, Juliet.
Juliet is on.
I think so. I can't tell, but Lena said hi to her. So, hey, Juliet. But we are so glad to be here. It's another day's journey, and we are so glad. This is a brand new year. A brand new year, a brand new way to do things, a brand new vision. And the Lord is really just coming through. So what are your plans for 2022?
Well, I don't really, and I should be planning. I have plans, and they're in the back of my head. I need to write them down so then they will come forth. But actually, I want to be, I really want to become a publicist. And I've been doing certain things, just be doing it for the fun of it. But I said, I should go on and try to do something with it and then be out there. So I guess I'm putting it out now that I want to be a publicist.
Okay. All right.
And
you kind of already are.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I do things with my fraternity and with the NAACP, my chapter of West Covina. I'm doing a lot of things. So I said, let me try and do something. I write for the newspaper, and I take pictures for the newspaper and the magazine that I'm doing now. So that's what I like
that about you, Richard, because you are always busy doing something and helping somebody else. And I like that. That's real. That's nice.
Praise the Lord, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So were you like What about clients? Are you looking for clients then?
Well, that is one of the drawbacks, or how would I say, it's not a drawback. That's something I don't know how to do.
But now, would you do like damage control too?
Damage control?
Yeah. Say if somebody misstepped or something happened, they call their publicist to put the right thing
Smooth it
out there. Yeah.
Now, Sandy, that's part of being a publicist, and I guess that's step 5. I'm still on step 1.
Oh, okay. No problem.
Right.
Baby steps.
That's what I'm saying.
Baby steps. That's all
And
right. That's
and I want to say I have a client, but I don't want to say that on the air right now because he might not think that.
All right. Well, you do well with this show, so we thank you for what you do here. And Michael Peters said that his desire is to be in the studio recording a Hammond organ music and voice recording and submitting my songs to the workshop. You know what? That's not far-fetched at all. So I mean, it's just a matter of doing it. That's not far-fetched at all. Go for it, Michael. Go for it.
All right.
Yeah, nothing. What hindereth thou? So, yep.
Sandy, do you see yourself doing something new with the Sandy Rose show?
We hope so. It's always evolving. So,
Yeah.
We always want to make sure that we evolve into something else. So whatever we can come up with something new. I'm thinking about a couple new segments that may come on, just once a month, featuring a couple people for 5 or 10 minutes, and they say whatever it is they have to say. So yeah, we've got a couple things on the back burner, looking towards 2022.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get you to do the Sandy Rose on the road. On the road with Sandy Rose.
And before this panorama, I really would have done that. But this is such a panorama. We're not moving around like we used to. We don't go to church like we used to and do the recordings and all of that. We don't do all of that anymore. So it's a little difficult. We'll figure out something though. But we want
pray
to
on it.
Yeah, we want to expand the station. And just do some more good things. Yeah.
Greater and greater.
Yeah.
Greater and greater. Greater and better. That was that the song yesterday? Greater and better. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Greater
All right.
and
That's what we want. That's what we want.
Continue blessing the body of Christ.
Yeah. So that's all we want. So we don't know. I'm trying to figure out this weather, and really what's going on here, because this is not good. Not for me. It's kind of chilly, and the dog does not like to go outside. So we need to make something happen.
Sandy Rose, you act like you're not used to cold weather.
I know. And every year we go through this drill.
Right.
Every year.
Now I'm the one that's not used to cold weather anymore, and I don't like it. So stay away from me.
Well, this is what I was trying to figure out. Now, those days that it was really nice and warm out, we have all these birds just sitting around on the telephone lines. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? They really don't know that it's winter. That's why they're still here. Birds are supposed to be flying away for winter.
Right.
Because it's so warm, they're still here. Dropping stuff on my car.
It ain't warm here, but it's a few still here.
Yeah, they just gathering like, what are y'all doing? Go somewhere. Go south.
Well, they are south. They just didn't cross the Mason-Dixon line, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean,
that's it. They need to go to Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's not south enough.
Not south enough. So now, is anybody having to take any of these COVID tests? Now,
Not yet, but
Yeah,
Not yet.
it's lines everywhere. And I would imagine it's from the people traveling and
Gathering for Christmas.
gathering for Christmas, for the holidays, and a lot of people gathered,
Yes.
and a lot of people are infected.
They said what 400. Yesterday I said 300,000 people, and after I got off the show, it was 400,000 people who have been affected over the.
And those are
holiday.
just the ones that are going to take the
Test.
the test.
Right.
But a lot of people are, well, I guess I got it, so I'm good. That, and I talked to a young lady earlier today, and she said, well, my whole family, I think we had it earlier. I said, did you report? She said no.
Okay.
What they say?
We're not
Wait
about
and
their
see.
lives. We got an email today from our principal who said that he encouraged us to, start getting tested a little bit more often. Now I'm in the office building. I'm not out in the schools, but still, I have my own office and by myself. But I think it's probably a good idea now that this thing is mutated and there's so many cases. I think it's a good idea.
And just so that people know that when how they count the vaccine is, alpha, beta, delta, and it goes down the Greek alphabet.
Right.
So all of those are variants. So all of these strains are out here all the way to Omicron, and it's probably some that Omicron is probably mutating in something else as we speak.
Seems like that went faster than the Delta.
Yeah, but remember,
saying?
Between Delta and Omicron, there are several letters. So all of those had to be filled up before they got to Omicron. So all of these different strains are out here. So people need to be careful. Now, Roosevelt is saying that Chicago is checking cars at lounges, restaurants, and malls. But who was that just had the guy that took his shirt off? He gave a fake card.
So Antonio Brown, or whatever his name was. Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah. So a lot of people, just because they checking cars, I guess you don't know. And another good friend of mine had jury duty, and they went for jury duty, and they got there, and they had to come back today. So when they went back today, they found out, the judge said, oh, and by the way, all of you guys are dismissed, but stay by your phone, because somebody that was here yesterday sitting in the jury pool tested positive.
Wow.
So that meant if he tested positive, she tested positive, then they already knew they either had been in proximity of somebody or they was already exhibiting some symptoms. So when they went to jury duty yesterday, they were already infected. So I just want to let everybody know, you pretty much have to treat everyone like they have it. You do. You really, really
like you did on the plane, Sande.
Like I did on the plane. I told you I had to do Hezekiah, and I turned my face to the wall.
Basically.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But please, ma'am, please, sir, be careful, because you don't know what it will do to you. It could be mild, and nothing could happen, and you could be happy on your way, or it could put you in the hospital. So none of that. We don't want any of that. So keep your mask on. Make sure that you keep your hand sanitizer with you at all times, and make sure that you're doing what you need to do, and get vaccinated. And vaccinated or not, wear a mask. I've gone in the grocery store, and it's amazing how people, and especially the seniors and everybody is going around and they don't wear masks. Why would you not wear a mask?
They don't care anymore.
You can't tell me what to do. But
they don't care.
They're going to tell you what to do when you get in the hospital.
Exactly.
Oh, they'll tell you what to do.
And you will be asking, what can you do?
If you can
What must I do to be saved?
with that ventilator in your mouth. So
Right.
no, so please, whether you are vaccinated, like Diane said, whether you're vaccinated or not, please, ma'am, please, sir, please put that mask on, wash those hands, and don't put your hands to your face, none of that, and assume that the next guy has it.
Yes.
Because if they're testing, and would you say 400, 500,000 people?
400,000.
400,000 people, then somebody near you probably has it.
Yes.
Sure.
And then remember, like the girl I told you, she said, no, we're not going to get tested. We just know we had it.
Yeah.
So they not even in the count. And some of those same people are saying, you know what? I'm going to the store. We got to get some medicine. Again, they're going to the store with COVID.
Yeah.
So please be careful. And a lot of times, just like with other communicable diseases, a lot of people will get them and just say, you know what? I got it. I don't care if they get it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wanting endangerment. That's what that is.
Yep.
What's the update on the pill that's supposed to be coming out?
I don't know, but why would you? I guess that's after the fact, because if you would commit to taking the pill, but you wouldn't commit to the vaccine, you don't know what's in the pill.
I would commit.
But I'm just saying, you don't know what's in the pill either.
No.
It's not hurting my arm. I don't feel the pinch in my arm. I can swallow better than I can take a shot.
Well, I don't like shots, but I don't want to go in the hospital either. So,
that's right.
You just do what you have to do, and just so you can stay safe and stay on this side, because we had a pastor here that would always tell us, children, stay in your bodies. Life
stay in your body.
Stay in your bodies. Life is right. And Judy said it's ridiculous not wearing a mask. Everyone should wear a mask. You don't know whose life you might save, and it's probably your own.
There you go. That's right.
Yep, it's probably your own. And what we're going to do, I see our guest is trying to get in, and we're going to do a couple little things to get the guest in. But while we are waiting, let's go for a song. How about that? All right. We're going to go for a song. Everybody go ahead and click that like and that share button. And we're going to try to get our guest on. So we'll be right back after this. Stay with us. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Hallelujah! Where are my dancers? Where are my praisers? It's time to go to church! Glory be to God! Clap your hands, everybody! Woo! Come here, Troy, I need you.
If you got a problem in your life, take it to Jesus. Take it to Jesus. Seems like nothing ever turned out right. Yeah, take it to Jesus. Take it to Jesus. You see, I've tried him for myself, and I don't need nobody else. Jesus will make everything alright. Oh, if you got a problem in your life,
It's gonna
My
work
Lord.
out, Sandy Rose.
It's gonna work out.
It's
It's
gonna work out.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
Won't he will.
Won't he will. Won't he will.
It's
And I
gonna
like
work
to say
out
it's
without.
gonna turn it around. He's gonna turn it around. This is a whole brand new year, and he's going to turn it around. Richard, you missed the song.
I
Baby.
know.
This is like them
get
old
mine
people that
in
come
right
in
now.
church
Get
and they
mine
be
in.
like,
This ain't-
"Brother, we didn't shout it already. We
This ain't the
shouted."
reprise.
No, we have shouted already.
The bonus
And-
track.
Yeah, the bonus track.
Oh, yes. I tell you, it's a lot going on over here, but I was gonna get up and get my step in, but it's got to work out over here. It's gonna work out all right without the picture of Dr. Lee. I do have Dr. Lee here on the phone with me right now.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
So, Dr. Lee, let me tell you a little about Dr. Lee. Should
How
I tell
about
him?
that? How about that?
Y'all got the giggles today.
Oh,
It's gonna work out.
Roxy said, "Really, Richard?"
Really, really.
That's funny. That's funny. We
Dr.
love Richard. All
Here we
right.
go. Here we go. Right now.
I know he was trying. All right. We put him on the assignment and he missed the song, but he was on the assignment and got his assignment done. Thank you.
Amen.
All right.
Praise the Lord, everybody. Here we are with Dr. Cherilyn Lee. She is a trailblazer, a philanthropist, international speaker, and author, and founder of the Nuwellness Healthcare Center. Her comprehensive alternative family practice focuses on early detection and prevention. They test, not guess, specializing in environmental and functional medicine, sports nutrition, pain and stress management, urinary incontinence, and others. They offer genetic nutrition, a heavy metal screening, IV therapists, including vitamin C. Dr. Lee, during the panorama, is it pandemic? One of those. Dr. Lee released Detox the Mind and the Body Will Heal, a meditation that helps to heal the emotions, the mind, the body, soul, and spirit, morning and evening. Dr. Lee's personal hardship with asthma motivated her to develop Just Breathe Easy, a wellness designer mask infused with blend of silver. Little did she imagine when she was first created this mask 8 years ago that it would garner global recognition. We do have her here on the line here. Dr. Lee is a multi-lifetime achievement award recipient for her volunteer service from presidents of the United States of America. She received numerous awards and recognitions for government branches at every level, from the city council to the State Department, for her humanitarian work she provides under the Nuwellness Development Foundation. This is a 501(c) nonprofit that offers only cost-free thermographic, a painless and radiation-free breast cancer screening to men and women. Dr. Lee is passionate about her work. Her beautiful heart and passions has inspired her dedication to serve and educate the masses on the true meaning of health. I want you to put your hands together for my friend, Dr. Cherilyn Lee. She is on the phone here with me because we're trying to work it out to get her on this interview. Dr. Lee, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much. Didn't think I was going to have this problem with this computer. I don't know. But I'm here.
You know, he worked it out anyhow. We're going to hear your voice, even though we can't see you. you go to Facebook and look at the picture on Sandy Rose's page, my page, or Teresa's page, and you will see Dr. Lee's picture. All right. So
thank you.
So how are you doing today, Dr. Lee?
I'm truly blessed today. I am truly blessed.
You
made it through here we are in 2022, so I am blessed.
Yes, you are. Now, you're speaking of 2022, and we're talking about wellness. What advice can you give our listening audience about wellness and how they should accomplish wellness in 2022?
Well, what we have to do, because there's so many things that are happening, and a lot of it stems from, what we're putting in our body, what we carry around in our thinking, because those things can cause a lot of stress as well. And stress now has been linked to really lowering your vibration, but lowering your immune system.
Okay.
With a lot of stress.
Right.
So what I'm doing is I do a certain test in my office, but over, speaking in terms of people who are not coming to the clinic, what we have to do is monitor our stress level.
Yes.
Because unfortunately, it increases your inflammation markers.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want that. You don't want those inflammation markers increase. And I tell people we all need to have a baseline and know where we are. It is so important that you know where you are as far as inflammation markers. Right. Now, and in saying that, I'm big on my whole mantra here is I test and I don't guess.
Okay.
So what I do is tell people you can go to lifeextension.com.
Yes.
And you can order lab work on yourself. You don't need a doctor's prescription. Okay?
Yes.
Then once people order them, they order like the male, for instance, yourself, you will order the male panel. A woman would order the female panel, which gives me everything comprehensively. I can pick up if you have, problems with the gut-brain axis and how the toxins go into them. I can pick up everything with this. Your oxidative stress level, your toxicity level, your fluid and hydration level, whether or not you're getting more water going into the cell tissue. But most important, you want to know about those inflammation markers. Because if those markers are within normal, which is called a C-reactive protein, if their normal blood sugar is in normal range, you don't have a problem with getting sick so easily. You notice a lot of people haven't gotten sick, and a lot of people have. With or without vaccination, they have. Even people with vaccinations have been ill here. So we want to make sure that those inflammation, because then you're a target. When you have leaky gut, things going in your colon, when things are in the small intestines and they start leaching out from the small intestines, they get into the blood. Okay. Well, that's going to cause problems with the brain. And people say, well, I'm foggy all the time. I just don't feel real clear. You got to rule out, is it that, or is it early dementia? Is it early Alzheimer? What is it really? Certain medications can throw you into early Alzheimer as well. It happened to one of my uncle who was a pastor as well. He was on a statin drug. It threw him into early dementia, into Alzheimer, into Parkinson's. Then he went into a coma. He passed away.
So now, what was that, Dr. Lee? This is Sandy Rose. Welcome to the show. What was that website again? Where we can order the test?
It's Life, L-I-F-E, Life Extension Lab, LAB.com. So if you go there, you can order any blood test you want in yourself. I don't see a patient. I don't usually talk to people unless I have the lab work, because I cannot make recommendations of what you need to do or what we need to do even more so without seeing where you are.
Mm-hmm. So who draws the blood?
I had a lot of people, including myself, years ago. My C-reactive protein, because I love sugar. I love cakes and pies and cheesecake. And
right.
Fries years ago. That was my diet years ago. Chili fries many, many years ago. I had a cholesterol level close to 400.
Man.
Many years ago.
Yeah.
35 years ago. So when you know better, you do better. That's what I think.
So Teresa, ask your question again.
Okay. So you go to this website, Dr. Lee, and then what? You contract somebody to draw your blood, or how does that work?
Oh, this is how it works. It's really easy. You call them, you tell them what you want to order. You can go online and see it too, but it's best to talk to them so you know exactly what you're paying for. You pay for the male panel or female panel. Based on your zip code, they will send you to the closest draw station to have your blood drawn.
Okay.
Then when they draw your blood, they're going to email you your report. Then you email me the report, and then I break it down at a whole optimum level to show you what exactly is going on in your body. Not only that, what you need to take based on your results. What you need to take. What does your body need? Because everybody can do almost the same thing here and there, but not quite. I mean, some people, if they're taking blood thinners, you can't do a whole lot of turmeric. You cannot do a lot of that. So, everything that's not good for everybody.
Right.
So what about these people who are, you hear about the vitamins, take more vitamin C, take more zinc, take more, and these people are self-medicating. What about that?
I tell them, it's not so much as what you're taking, is where you are, again, with your health optimally. So if you have, say, for instance, a high inflammation marker, which is your C-reactive protein, and that's very high, you're going to need other supplements as well. And I have brought those things down to normal with just eating the right foods and taking the right supplements, what you need to take. Yes, our environment is so contaminated right now that we all need more vitamin C. We probably need about 3,000 milligrams just daily because of what's going on. And then when something happens in the body where you have an assault, then you need more. You need more vitamin C. Everybody needs vitamin D. And the one thing with doing that lab panel, it will give you your vitamin D3 level. Now, vitamin D, a lot of research has been done with that and this virus, the COVID, is to show that people usually who end up with it, and the ones that I have done their blood work, their vitamin D levels is very low. But the research have also shown with vitamin D3, people with very low levels are those who have a more propensity to have cancer and strokes. So if you keep those levels normal, these simple things, when we don't know, we can get in trouble. We know we can safeguard ourselves. So to find those things out, we just put in the right nutrition, stay away from the other foods. It's going to cause havoc with our health. It's like putting, more gasoline or whatever on a fire. We don't want to do that. We got to smother that fire and put that fire out.
Right.
We have to put it out. I want to say a little something because I heard you talk about shrimp. Okay? So I have a smile because I used to eat it. I just don't like the taste of them. That's just me. Okay? But I had a patient that came in, and she's a very small frame person, not overweight, been knowing her for a long time. Her husband's been my patient, not the wife. But she called me one day and she said, when they told me at Kaiser, my cholesterol level was 3, hers was almost hitting 400. And I said, oh my goodness, 400. You're not overweight. I know you have your test done every year, but I can't see in 1 year your cholesterol level went up that high. So she began to tell me, we put her on a program. Then I went through her diet. What have you been eating for the last 7 days? Well, she found shrimp on sale at Costco's and had them baked, smothered, barbecued for 7 days. And that's what did it.
Mm.
So we changed that. She pulled the shrimp off the diet. We got the cholesterol level down, and she was fine. She's been fine ever since. So, we have to be careful. I know holidays, we tend to want to eat more because we're around family and friends. And when we had Thanksgiving, we had Christmas, we had New Year's. And, and again, I heard you talk about the leftover foods, and then we killed one to snack on it. It was very hard for me to not leave my sister's house with some more food. And I'm glad she lived kind of far because I keep saying, I wish I would have left with some more of that.
Yes.
It was so delicious, and I just dream about it here. But it's like, no.
She dreams.
Because because there's food, you can almost take any delicious food and then turn it into something that's really, really good. And not, because I used to like hash browns. Now you can do hash browns with cauliflower. They are really, really good.
Yeah,
and,
mashed potatoes, all of that. Yeah.
You can make certain things that come up really good. Because we're used to the dressing, and we've had to come out with the wheat, because that's, that plays such havoc in our body. The wheat, you could have a lot of bloating in your stomach. It's for women and men. A lot of bloating in your stomach from eating wheat. So we need to have certain supplements we need to have on a daily basis when we eat, because as we grow older, we don't have enough enzymes in our body. So we need enzymes when we eat to help us digest the food. You don't tend to gain weight and everything. But the biggest problem too right now, we have a diet that is so low in fiber. And this is why I developed, you guys send me your address. I'm going to send you a treat, okay? I have a product that's called the Super Chia Herbal Detox. The website is not up yet. So, but this detox product I've had for years, kind of had it through the clinic, and a lot of people in the community and different people will buy it. But I actually now have a lot of orders that, we mail out. But this product is designed because I needed something for myself years ago. So I don't like to go in for a lot of colonics. That's just me. But it cleanses the colon, the small intestines, the large intestines, the liver, gallbladder. Is cleansing all of that.
And so what is it called? What is it called?
Super Chia, CHI, Herbal Detox.
Okay.
The website will be up again very soon.
Okay. Well, Doctor, we're going to go to a song right now and do a couple commercials, and we're going to be right back. So we want you to tell us, help us to decide what we're going to eat for the new year, how we're going to act, how can we get rid of some of the stress that's in our life, all of the above. So we'll be right back. If you have your questions for Dr. Lee, you can go ahead and put them in the chat, and we will ask them for you. This is WVTC, the gospel radio station right here in Detroit. Go ahead and call your friends, click like and share. Tell them the doctor is on the line giving out recipes and medicine. Amen.
Sandy Rose, can she help me when we get back? Because I'm stressed right now. I feel my stress level up. I
feel my sugar rise.
So I want her to help me bring my stress level down. What can I do?
Let's get this commercial, and she'll work her wonders when we come back.
The Book of the Millennium is From Gold to Glory, the autobiography of Jerry Cummings, the last living gold and platinum recording artist of Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes with Teddy Pendergrass. This detailed publication archives the life journey of Jerry Cummings and his rise to the pinnacle of the music world. The historical impact of the sound of Philadelphia comes to life through this man who was involved with women, drugs, betrayals, abandonment, broken promises, and attempts to end his life. From Gold to Glory, a must-read. Available at Barnes & Nobles worldwide and Amazon.com, or go to FromGoldToGlory.com/store and order your copy today.
For waking me up this morning, Lord, I'm thankful.
Testimony Community Singers. Let's tell the world that our God is so amazing. Come on, y'all.
In thee, oh Lord.
yes. He is amazing, and we serve an amazing God. We want to welcome everybody back to the show, and we want to say hello to everybody on Facebook and YouTube and on Twitter that are watching the show today. And we want to thank you so much for watching the show today. We want to let everybody know that our special guest today is Dr. Cherilyn Lee, who is a nutritional specialist. She is helping us to get ourselves together for this new year so we can survive this panorama. Amen. Amen. And Dr. Lee, we have a couple questions from the audience. And we want to know if you can answer them for us. Number one, Donald asked, well, he didn't ask, he said during the pandemic, he started taking vitamin D3 because of Tyler Perry's doctor's statement. How is D3 and how does that help you?
Did Dr. Lee leave me?
Did she leave?
Hello, Dr. Lee.
Oh, no, I'm here.
Okay.
The devices today. I'm still here. I heard everything you just said too as well. So vitamin D3, what happens in our body?
You have to bring her a little
lot
closer.
of times people thought that we were. Can you hear me?
Well, it's me, I think.
Okay.
Try it now, Dr. Lee.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay,
That's
so I
better.
can hear you first. Vitamin D is actually it's more of your fat soluble hormone. I mean, we know it's a vitamin as well, but vitamin D works on the body just like almost a vitamin would. But because it works with inflammation and how it's been absorbed in the body is important too. But let me just say this too about the vitamin D. I take D3, and I think adults should take D3 and K1, K2 combined. There's one company that have them both combined, because then you're getting more calcium into the bones. If you take it that way, you don't end up with osteo. So we don't really need to go take a whole lot of calcium, because people are ending up with a lot of problems with calcium. And the calcium is in the tissue and in the arteries. And they'll tell a lot of people, stop taking calcium because it's too much. So if you take the D, you don't have to have problems with the calcium because it helps with the D, K1, K2. The name of the company that I ordered from, because I like their products, is Design for Health. And what I can do is put a person on the D3. Again, we go back to the lab, and I'm going to still answer your question. We go back to the lab work, and people who levels are within normal, you want a vitamin D level of 60 and more. I give vitamin D IM injections at my clinic. So people have very low levels, and then put them on to start taking the oral vitamin because of our immune system. And we have seen that the vitamin D has been very beneficial during this time of the pandemic. Also, to have a very good vitamin D level, again, for the COVID, but also for preventing you from having possibly a stroke, heart attack, and also cancer. So it's been linked to people who have normal vitamin D levels, 60 and better, do not have any problems. But you don't want to have anything over 80. So I tell people when they're taking the vitamin D, because the hospitals now are giving people, I think it's 5,000 milligrams of vitamin D. Maybe units, but I've had people say, well, I'm taking 50,000. I'm taking the 50,000 once a week, and I will repeat their blood work, and their levels are not moving up fast enough. I mean, I don't think you need to be on 50 once a week for almost 7 to 8 months to start getting things to move up a little bit. And not just a little, you want those levels to get a little higher as soon as possible. So when we're dealing with vitamin D, we want to make sure that because of the hormone vitamin, the way it works in the body, vitamin D is fat soluble. So a lot of times when you're taking certain vitamins which are considered fat soluble, you want to take it with a fat. Just like a lot of people, which is not a vitamin, turmeric, a lot of people are taking it, but they don't realize they should be taking it with a fat. So when I say that, because I make the drinks with that, which is really important, I will put maybe a tablespoon of coconut oil in the container when I'm making a hot drink, because you'll heal a lot faster from whatever you're going through if you do it that way.
Okay, and can you tell us while we're on that subject before we get to the next question, what's the difference between water soluble and fat soluble, and how should we treat that? When you say take it with the fat, what do you mean? Do I go to the kitchen and get some bacon, or or what?
No, we can't do the bacon. That's a different type fat, and that fat is a fat that will cling to your arteries and cause major problems. We don't want that. Plus, that particular fat, it also causes havoc in the colon, so you end up with more leaky gut, and all those toxins from that type of fat will leach into the blood system and cause problems with the heart, the brain, the leaky gut, and also with your hormones. So we don't want to do that kind of fat. So water soluble, meaning that you really almost cannot take an overdose. Vitamin C, your B vitamins are water soluble, meaning that they go into the body and they're assimilated in the fluid component of your body, and actually then they're released. So it's so important to do. You can do high doses of vitamin C. Only thing you're going to do is have diarrhea. I wouldn't do high levels of B vitamins. I wouldn't do high, but they're more on your water soluble. But the thing is, your fat soluble, your E and your D and your K, you do not want to do an overdose. I had a person who had an overdose of vitamin D, and his muscles and his neck locked. He could barely turn his head. He thought he had, at one point, a frozen shoulder and a lot of other things he thought he had, but he took an overdose of vitamin D. He thought more was better. So we never want to do an overdose. This is another reason why I say it's imperative that you know your blood test, because everything is spelled out. Once you send that to me, it's spelled out, and we'll see exactly where you are and monitor those levels so you don't have the inflammation marker, you don't have high blood sugars, you don't have high cholesterol levels, and the triglyceride and the HDL, the good fat, the bad fat. You don't have any of that going on. So everything in the body has to be in balance. God designed a wonderful temple that we have here, but everything has to be in harmony and in balance. So we don't just say isolate one organ like the lungs and say, okay, I got to get my lungs clear. Well, if it's your lungs, it's the entire body.
Right.
So we have to do the lung, the liver, the gallbladder, the entire system.
All right. Now we have another question from the audience. Shirley wants to welcome you to the show. What is a normal cholesterol level?
So medically, with the cholesterol level, you want to look at all the factors of cholesterol, not just cholesterol. You want to look at the cholesterol, the HDL, the LDL. The question though on just cholesterol level is, medically we used to look at 200. Since we have all these statin drugs on the market, they are wanting people. I know some primary care physicians, they like to see it at 100. To me, with all the research I've done, 100 is just too low. Those people definitely start going into Alzheimer and other problems. You don't want to have a cholesterol level that low. Keep in mind that cholesterol is needed for your hormones in your body. You have to have good fat. You have to have good fat in your diet to transport nutrition into the cells. Really important. It's just a type of fat. So cholesterol can be bad. And what I tell people, your HDL and then your VLDL. So when we look at cholesterol level, we want to know the HDL, which is low density fat, lipoprotein low fat. That is so important, along with the HD. Sometimes I would tell people that's the happy cholesterol, is the H, because the H is more or less the good cholesterol, because we have to have some component in our body to have good cholesterol. The bad, the consistency of LDL and VLDL, low density, meaning that if a person were to take maybe a bottle, you're not going to do this, but a bottle of Crisco oil and pour it in the IV tubing, that's going to go straight through. If you get some lard and try to squeeze that in there, that's what LDL is. Low density fat. And that's what we have to be careful with from a lot of animal meat, because it becomes more of a more concentrated fat, and it can cause more havoc. But if you have a lot of good fiber in the diet, guess what? You don't have that problem. You can keep pushing that through the body. All this stuff is not adhering to your colon and causing havoc with your whole system here. And people would say, I just feel sick. I've been itching, all these other things. Get that colon cleansed out and you will feel 100% better.
All right, all right. We have another question from Regina. She says she has a friend had COVID and the doctor advised them many vitamins to take to aid in their healing. One in particular was quercetin, Querci. Yeah. Do you advise taking this?
Oh, yes. I use quercetin, and I can go through some of them too. Quercetin, olive leaf capsules. Olive leaf capsules are known to kill any type of viruses and bacterium. Olive leaf. Now, I tell you, if a person is feeling bad, you can take some oil of oregano and put a couple of drops in your navel. And you talk about your lungs starting to feel better. It's really amazing how fast it works. And then use a glove hand and rub it on the bottom of your feet. It is so powerful to do that.
And what was that again?
Oil of oregano.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So any questions you have, you can always, call me. And I'll go over some other things with you, so you understand. So it's most important, you have your zinc, you have your quercetin, you want to have a great vitamin C, you want to take good probiotics. So if you are eating things of indigest, you don't do a lot of cold foods, you're not going to do sugar, you want to stay away from white flour and wheat. So it's so important that you stay away from those things. Really
now,
important.
When you say stay away from wheat, now for many years they told us, okay, stay away from the white flour, eat wheat bread, and now we're staying away from the wheat. You're not the first person that I've heard say that. So now we're not doing wheat?
Exactly. Well, what happened here, wheat was processed differently. It's so sad that what we have today is not what we had years ago. And so the way wheat was processed, that's the problem. So the wheat, now if you eat a lot of wheat, if you'll notice, you'll have gluten, you'll feel bloated. And some people, if you check, this is the fastest way you can see if you have an allergy or reaction to a food. This is what you do. You check your pulse before you eat, and then take a piece of wheat bread just to see if it happens and see if your pulse is increased. And a lot of times people think they have, something else is going on. Their heart is moving to racing or their blood pressure is up. And a lot of times it's a food allergy. So it's the best way you can check really quick is to just check your pulse when you eat something. But wheat is a gluten. So because it's a gluten causes glutination, people have more joint pain. They have more abdominal bloating. They can have headaches from this, especially if you do a lot of wheat. So we want to come off the gluten, and it's so many things are attached to that. Especially if you come down with a cold, you want to remove all those things from the diet so the body can heal. Now, fasting is really important too. But you don't want to get very weak if you're already feeling sick. But just removing the food, drink plenty of water, drink hot beverages, make your own. I have a recipe for a turmeric healing drink. So you get your turmeric, garlic. I use some onion and make it in, and sometimes put it in the blender, sometimes not. If I'm going to use fresh garlic and onion, and then I use a little Manuka honey. Now, if you're diabetic, use very little. Manuka honey is great because it's antibacterial, antiviral. Manuka honey, it's really good. So you put that, make yourself as warm as you can drink it, and once you drink it, it just feels like things start to clear up. Things going on with the throat and sore throat, I like, and I've seen this, people do very well with Sovereign Silver, and I'll give you the name of the company, but it's a silver, you spray it in your nose and your mouth. It does, you can put it in a little vapor machine as well, but you breathe that and it just starts to clear up all the mucus and in your throat and in your lungs. Along with squirting in your throat, I'm trying to think of the name of the berry. There's one that's in a berry tube, and it's in a little bottle. You can squirt that in your throat as well. It works really, really well as far as healing your throat, not having a sore. Nobody should have a sore throat. I have a lot of people calling me now with ear pain. But if you take the oil of oregano and rub it around the ear, don't put it in the ear, Just rub it really, really well around the ear. That pain will start to go away, along with spraying the silver in your throat. Things will start to go because you're killing the organism. No sugar, no sugar. No cookies, pies, cakes, bread. I mean, we eat bread because we have sandwiches, but really we should not have the sandwich. You should have more fruits and vegetables.
Now, is it, Lena's asking, is it elderberry?
Yes, it is elderberry. Thank you.
Come on, Lena. You better come through, girl.
It's elderberry spray, the one that's in a spray bottle now. Or you can buy it as a cough syrup as well. But if you spray that, just really get the throat, back of the throat, really inundated with it. It's amazing. And I go in between that and the silver, spray that in your throat. You would not have a sore throat.
Okay. Well, we need that. We have a lot of choir members out here, so we need to know that.
Right. And what I do, I spritz it on my face. When I'm out in crowds of people, I just spray it around me because it's killing everything around me.
So it won't hurt your good, we have good bacteria, so it's not going to hurt our good bacteria, right?
No, not at all.
Wow. So you spray it around you?
Yeah, I spray it around me. I spray it in my face. Close my eyes. There's no danger to the eyes. I spray it around my face, but I do have my eyes closed. And it just, I come in because I'm around people all the time. I didn't isolate, stay home. So I'm around people all the time, and I've been doing great. But I make sure, because I have a history of asthma, that I have to make sure that I don't come in contact or do anything that's going to cause me a problem.
Right. And now that people
need to be taken to is CoQ10. Especially at this time, because we're going through a lot of hardship, because just about everybody been touched from losing someone. And we have to protect our heart. And when your heart is grieving, it's going to weaken the heart muscle. So everybody should be taking coenzyme Q10.
Okay, we got that. All right. And that was important to know, because even stress, grief, all of that has an effect on your body. And even the spraying of the silver, you got a lot of people going through airports. Some people are starting to go back to work. So you need to be able to put some kind of barrier, you say your prayers, and if the Lord gave you some information about some things, then you go ahead and take that information as well. All right. We're going to go to a song right now. And we will be right back after this song. And if you have, we got a couple more questions for the doctor, but if you guys have some more questions for the doctor, please go ahead and put them in the chat. This is WVTC, gospel radio station right here in Detroit. We'll be right back.
Must tell Jesus
all about my struggle.
I cannot bear these burdens alone. Can I get a witness? Can I get one more witness? Help me, yeah. Yeah. But you know, I know what I could do. I can always depend on Jesus. He was right there to hold me up. Oh, yes, he was. Jesus alone. Yeah, I must tell Jesus, nobody but Jesus alone. I must tell Jesus, he'll always lift you up. Listen, there's someone you can go to when you're falling down. I could find my friend, I could find my mother, but I can always depend on Jesus.
All right, and we're back.
I like that.
Yeah, I must tell Jesus. I must tell Jesus. Jesus can help me, Jesus alone. And I love it when they rework a hymn.
Right.
You know, and so they did a good job with that. And we're back, and we have a lot of information. We're just so thankful and grateful for the knowledge that God has given to Dr. Lee to share with us so that we can remain healthy. And as long as we are healthy, we can go help somebody else. So we are asking everybody, get your pens and paper out. And even if you don't have a pen and paper, you can always go back and rewatch the show if you didn't catch something, and get all of the information there. But we are here with Dr. Cherilyn Lee, who is a nutritional specialist. She'll get you together and make sure that you stay healthy. This is a good time of the year to get healthy, the first of the year, and start incorporating some good habits. Because sometimes we get a little lax and we start doing things that we know are not the best for our body, but we just do them because it tastes good. But we need to do better. Yeah, and it's easy. All right. And so we're going to do better this year. We're going to do better. We do have a question, Dr. Lee, from Shirley. She wants to know, will you speak about the side effects of taking statin drugs, and what does, I'm going to spell this, Quinol, QUONOL, CoQ10, help with these side effects? Now, you just told us about CoQ10.
Well, you want to take Quinol over CoQ10 because it absorbs better into the cell tissue without going into a whole lot of mechanism. But you definitely want to do Quinol over vitamin C, and because it is fat soluble, it is a soluble substance. But the old people who have been on statin drugs, I haven't did a lot of research on that as far as detoxing it from the system. I usually just go ahead and change their diet and get everything set up that way. But a lot of people who are on statin, they just don't want to get off of them because they feel that, their physician told them to take it, and so they don't want to do anything. But if they combine eating the right foods, and you can take other such supplements. I'm very careful with red rice yeast, and a lot of people know about that one too. But you can't just, like I said, I don't know what medication you're on, what's going on in your body to say, go and take this A, B, and C. What I want to, if you don't mind, I want to interject something here because it's kind of my spirit to do this right now.
Yes.
Because unfortunately, I'm seeing a lot of people with kidney problems. People headed into dialysis. And it saddens me because, a lot of times people are not aware that your GFR is called eGFR, estimated glomerulonephration rate. I'm sorry, I need to get some water. My mouth is a little dry now. Probably because of my stress trying to get this thing to go up. So the filtration rate of the kidney is really important. Okay. And the person is, now medically they would say 60, you don't want to be under 60 with those lab tests. Optimally, we want you closer to like 80, 100. Optimally, okay? Because that means your kidneys are functioning well. But we have hundreds and thousands of people going on dialysis. It is so sad. So I tell people, while you're doing your diet and going through everything what you're eating, make sure sometimes you kind of watch with a lot of foods high in sodium. That's why you don't want to do a lot of meat because of the phosphorus. You don't want to eat foods that's going to trigger that to happen more. So you want to do like a kidney, having a healthy kidney diet, okay? Because that's really a lot of your vegetables, a lot of cruciferous vegetables, that you want to eat. Your cabbage, your kale, you want to eat those foods, okay?
And those that will keep our kidneys in good working order. Because you are right. Somebody was telling me she's a nurse at the dialysis center, and she was saying that people need to drink more water and just take care of their kidneys.
Yes. So get your fluid in. And people don't realize they're dehydrated. You can take the back of your hand and pull the skin up. I'm so sorry you guys can't see me. Pull the skin up, and it should spring down real fast. Like a rubber band, it should spring down. Oh yeah, yours look great. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I can see everybody. But if they stick together, that means that's a really, in a hospital, and there's nurses listening, skin tugger, we would call it. So the skin would kind of just go down real slow and it's stuck together.
I've seen that.
So that's a really quick sign. Years ago, I put out some information for mothers. I was working in a community and in the central area, the clinic, and there was so many young mothers coming in there, and they was having babies, and I just said, let me put some things up so they can know how to check their baby before it's too late, before they maybe rushed into the hospital. Indication you need to go take it quickly. So I had a whole list put up and had all the signs showing them on dehydration in children. And lo and behold, this lady made it to the hospital in time. And that said, my baby's dehydrated. And she was a teenage mother. So you know how they are with some of the teenage mothers. Well, how do you know that? She said, because the baby had decreased tears. The diaper isn't wet. I gave her the whole list what to look out for. And she saved that baby's life.
Wow.
Saved the baby's life. So, things we need to look out in our children, because kids can get so busy that they're not drinking water.
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't want to drink it. They think I could drink something sweet. And because I had something fluid going in my body, I'm fine.
So how do we get that colon clean?
The colon cleanse, you would have to call me on that one. Just call me, and then what I would have to do is just send it out to you. So I'll give you this number, and you can just text me your name and phone number. Because we actually are revamping everything. I thought it would be ready by now. Our website, our nonprofit website, all of that will be up and running in a few weeks here.
All right.
And you call me, and I'll make sure I'll get it to you.
Okay. We have another question I've been diagnosed borderline diabetes. Can I get some information, some advice, because it's all new to me? What should you do? If you were
diagnosed borderline from your doctor, you're not borderline, you're already diabetic.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like a little bit pregnant.
Your hemoglobin A1C, which looks at your blood sugar for 3 months, it should be not over, your blood sugar not over 5.0. Medically, they would say 6, I don't know, like 6.7 and higher. They said you're borderline. That is not borderline. For optimum health, that is diabetes. So we get it down.
So what can you do for that?
Okay, so what you do is your diet. Again, it's the diet. You make sure, number one, you have to be sleeping a good 8 hours a night.
Okay.
At least over 5. Less than 5, it's cardiovascular disease in the first place. Stress can shoot up your blood sugar as well. Okay, stress, angry, an unforgiving heart. Believe me, they do affect your blood sugar, okay?
Yeah.
So work on all of that. Then we come to the eating. Then you're going to make sure that try to get on a program. If you're going to become vegan, I don't mean eat a lot of French fries. If you could become vegan for 2 weeks,
2
and
weeks.
check your blood sugar, I can tell you be 50% or 80% improvement.
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. I like to say 3, but if you do it for 2 weeks, get just vegan.
2 weeks.
You can do real vegetables. You can have egg white omelets, make them yourself, put all the vegetables in there. You can get some organic cheese. Stay away from the cheese. The cheese is a no-no. Stay away from all the salt. All the things. So you can have some salt in your diet, which is really good.
So what about feta cheese? Any cheese? Is that what you're saying?
I would say stay away from cheese, period.
Okay.
Wow.
Because now you're working on a health. He's been diagnosed already, and you're not borderline. The numbers they get medically, you're already there. So let's go ahead and get that down. Diet. I do a lot of stir-fried vegetables. I like grilled vegetables. Now they have things in the market, which I had today, which was cauliflower, baked cauliflower, and they look like little nuggets of hash browns. They're called hash brown cauliflower. They even have pizza made with cauliflower.
The pizza crust. I've seen that.
Cauliflower now.
Yeah.
And if you want something sweet, you can bake yourself. I have people to take the egg white and take the Ezekiel bread, which is gluten-free. You take the Ezekiel bread, you take some egg whites, and beat it up with a little cinnamon, a little nutmeg, and actually add a little dash of vanilla flavor. And then you soak your bread in it, really soak it, and get some coconut oil, and make yourself some delicious French toast. Then you can get some apples, chop up the apples, and put them on, grill them slow, get all the wonderful, have it where it's caramelized, add a little vanilla flavor to that, maybe a little monk fruit, which is a little sweet if you want to sweet, but you actually won't need it because you got enough sugar in that apple. And then pour that over your French toast with a little butter, because I use real butter, and just a little, and you have a delicious meal, right? Doesn't that sound good?
Yes, it actually does.
So you don't have to do the pancakes, the waffles, and all those things, and it doesn't take that long to fix. I like things that are quick and simple.
And that's something how we had our song today, giving up food with the biscuits on the table.
Right.
Can I give one more little quick one of my favorite recipes?
Yes, you can.
And that's your salmon. Now, while the gentleman was going through his 2-week or 3-week program, I wouldn't add any meat to the program. No meat. But for us to still eating meat, the salmon, you would take it and make your own dressing, or you can buy an organic Italian dressing. You pour the whole bottle over your fish, along with cutting up some red bell pepper, garlic, onion, and a little sprinkle of turmeric powder, and a little garlic powder. Put that in the refrigerator and let it marinate overnight. You can take that, put it on top of the stove and cook it. The broth that's left, put the spinach in there. So you don't need any water for anything. Put the spinach in there and let it just brown. And you can serve it with the spinach on top of the fish. It looks so gourmet.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I marinate my fish in Italian dressing. Bake it.
Dr. Lee, can we assume that you are a vegan?
No.
Oh, we can't assume that. Okay.
No.
He said, no, don't take me there.
Lamb. I love myself some lamb.
Oh, okay.
So I'll have it maybe once a month or so, but I love lamb.
Dr. Lee, can you go? I'm sorry.
Like this.
Go ahead.
Dr. Lee. Yeah, can you go back to fiber? What kind of fiber would you suggest? I mean, you've got pills, you've got, some of the stuff like Metamucil or whatever.
And
what's a good fiber that you can consume?
You know what I really like too, and it's kind of under the fiber, the chia seeds, because you can soak them overnight, and you can make a pudding out of chia seeds. Really, chia seeds is a good fiber. You want to, I guess, because I like my product. It does have chia seeds and celery. Why am I forgetting that? Celery is the highest fiber
I got some.
And water. I didn't know it was that high in water as well.
Yes, and then it helps with the blood pressure and asthma and respiratory. The celery does. But eating celery, don't take the strings. We want to take that off. Keep that there because that's going to help cleanse your colon. If you eat three stones of celery a day, that's going to start helping you with a normal movement.
No kidding.
So you can make yourself a celery apple salad and put some maybe blueberries in it and make yourself a nice salad.
Can we put peanut butter on the celery or leave that alone?
Almond butter.
That's what I eat with.
Is cabbage and what's the other cauliflower? Not cauliflower, collard greens.
Kale.
Collard greens.
Collard greens. Is that a good fiber?
Collard greens is okay if you're not diabetic, but if you're working on your kidneys, I wouldn't do a lot of greens. Not collard greens. Not a lot of them. Staying with more of the citrus vegetables, your kale, and like I had mentioned before, your cabbage, cauliflower. Staying with those is really good. You can turn those into so many different recipes, just those 3 vegetables. And then make sure you're drinking your water, getting to sleep, exercise. Exercise will bring down the blood sugar.
So what should we? What about peas? For New Year's, we all had greens and black-eyed peas and all of that. Was that any good?
Well, I know because I'm used to the traditional diet.
Yeah.
I come from that same family too. So black-eyed peas are really high. I think it's potassium. It was potassium. Really high in potassium. So a few of the black-eyed peas is okay. You just don't want to do a lot. I mean, I can be excessive with them because I do love black-eyed peas as well. So a little black-eyed peas. Put some okra in it. Okra is high in fiber.
Okay. Okay. And now what they want to know, Doctor, do you have a book out?
No, actually,
you got to do something because we need you.
Okay, recipe book or something.
Recipes.
Everybody else is finishing the book. So written before I was born is not so much a health book; it's more of a releasing of other things that are happening in your within your life. Right. But yes, I am working on a book. Okay. So meanwhile, before the book is ready, the website will be up, and it's going to have these protocols there as well because it's so important that a person know. But again, get the lab results, email them to me, set up a consultation, and you'll have all your work sitting in front of you, and you will know beyond a shadow of a doubt everything, every test, what it is, and why you had it done, and why you need to do what you need to do. And believe me, when I repeat these tests, as far as kidneys, liver, I mean, I had people with hepatitis, you name it, and it's gone.
Okay. All right. You just have such great information that we need. And this was the first of the year. And we want to make sure that we do all that we can to get all of this done. They want, because this is a good time to start, This is an excellent time.
And make yourself some good hearty soups. Make some good hearty soups. People who are losing a lot of weight, if they don't have a lot of other problems, the bone broth soups are very good. And that's something you cook for almost 18 to 20 hours. People who are starting to lose weight and feeling weak, if they drink a glass of bone broth soup, it feels good. But you should put everything in it. Most people just make it, if you buy it, it's kind of watery. But it should be nice and thick. You want to get everything in it, all the vegetables in it, puree them, and make yourself a wonderful bone broth. It's amazing how fast you start to heal. And remember the quercetin. The quercetin is very good. So make sure you take that. It's equivalent to one of the medications that's out on the market for the virus, but it's very good. I just want to make sure I cover all the vitamins. The quercetin, NAC. But again, I don't like to go tell a person to go. That's why one reason I had not put it out there, because everybody cannot take everything. So, and a good thing that everybody needs to be taking, because we're not getting enough sleep, as we know. A lot of people on emotional roller coasters and take melatonin at night. because that helps the whole healing process with this COVID is to take
Okay.
melatonin.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people who do take melatonin, and they swear by it. Yep. But as soon as my head hit the pillow, Doc, I'm out. So
Your ladies look gorgeous and healthy. Your skin is vibrant, and you too.
Thank you.
Okay, I was wondering.
I think it's my lighting over here.
Yeah,
it's my lighting.
I don't think so. I think you guys, we're only as healthy as our skin.
Amen. And I accept.
Skin, that's better watch what's going inside.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Accept. And you give us so much good information, and we thank you for it. What we're going to do now is we've got to get to the close of the show. So I'm going to make a couple announcements, and then we'll go Teresa, and then Richard, and then Dr. Lee. You can give us our closing thoughts for today. We want to, by way of announcements, we want to remember the homegoing service of our own P. Lynn Baker, Pamela Lynn Baker, and the memorial celebration will be Friday, January 7th. The family hour is at 10:30 a.m. and the memorial service is at 11, and it will be at the New Creation Church of God on Lennon Road in Flint, Michigan. And it will be live streamed at nccflint.org. nccflint.org. We'll post this flyer on the WVTC Detroit page so that you guys who cannot make the service, you can certainly look at it online. And we are praying for her family, Mom Florence. We're praying for Bunny, her sons, Abraham, Aaron, and she has another son and a daughter and a husband. And we're praying for all of that entire family. We're also praying for our own Pastor Jackie in the homegoing of her mom. And the services will be this week. And they're going to be held at Greenfield Church of God, 19900 Greenfield Road, Detroit, Michigan, 48235. The visitation is 4 to 8 on Thursday, and 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Friday. And due to COVID and the limited space, the funeral attendance is by invitation. Thank you for understanding, and continue to remember the family in prayer. And the homegoing time will be on Saturday at 10 p.m. Just please keep Pastor Jackie and her siblings, her whole entire family in your thoughts and in your prayers during this time of bereavement. We want to say Happy New Year's to everyone. New Year, not New Year's. Happy New Year to everyone. And somebody's birthday is tomorrow. Somebody put it in the chat whose birthday it is tomorrow. I saw it and I thought I wrote it down, but I did not write it down. Dr. Lee, you're going to have to give us something to help us remember things. All right.
Yes, I will.
Another thing.
I just have to remember to write it down. That's what I have to do. And so let's go with these closing thoughts. Go ahead.
Thank you, Dr. Lee, for coming back on the show and giving us some words of wisdom. We definitely need to make sure we take care of ourselves starting now and going into the new year. We've had a rough 2 years, and it would behoove us to try to take care of ourselves and those around us. So we thank you for all your good advice today. And like someone said, you do definitely need a book. You need a recipe book and a medical book and whatever else you feel like you want to write. It's all going to be good information for us. So thank you so much for blessing us with your knowledge and your passion for health. So we just pray that when you get all your things together, that you would continue to be a blessing to the world.
Thank you. Sandy Rose, by way of announcement, I just wanted to announce that Bishop Ernestine Cleveland Reeves passed over the weekend. And she is the aunt of Tremaine Hawkins.
Yes,
Oh.
Reeves. I've gone to her conventions.
Right.
To her conferences.
Oh, wow.
So we want to keep that family in prayer.
Sure.
I just want to say I'm thankful for God for this opportunity that He allowed me to be here with Sandy Rose and Miss Teresa. It's a great day, and it's a great day to be alive, and I'm glad to be alive, standing to witness this, and want to thank Dr. Cherilyn Lee for being on our program once more and again. We appreciate everything you do and you're doing. I thank God for your life. I thank Him for allow me to be a part of you. So, and I want to say, tell everyone to have a great and prosperous year. We want to say Happy New Year to everyone again. And Yvonne, Denise Scott, we're still celebrating your birthday.
We're still celebrating her birthday.
So happy birthday again. Thank you, Dr. Lee.
We'll drink some beet juice.
Yes.
Amen. All right, Dr. Lee.
I hate beets.
Okay.
All my life.
I just want to say, in closing, don't look at it as things I need to go and let go of. Just think of the things now I'm getting ready to add to my life.
That's right.
Yes.
Baby
I can
steps.
add to my life.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then once you do that, you're going to not want those other things. And not
Exactly.
so much of letting go as moving forward. So don't get that thought, I'm letting go of this, I'm not going to use this. This is what I'm putting in my diet. I'm going to occupy my life with positive thinking, positive eating, getting enough sleep, taking enough water to make sure I have my minerals, a good fat and everything. Just don't make it a chore. Because when it comes to chore, you don't want to do it and you won't stick with it.
Right.
Right.
It's
Right.
a way of life. A way of life.
You got to change your way of thinking.
Say that I am honored to be here. And as you take a deep breath slowly through your nose, blow out through your mouth. And that's something you're going to do every day, morning and night. So remember, I would like to see everybody, because we all go through it on a daily basis, using something to get us, detox your mind and the body will heal of those negative thought patterns. Letting go, forgiving people, forgive yourself. Love on yourself.
That's right.
Give yourself a hug in the morning. Wake up giving yourself a hug in the morning. If you have a significant other there, hug yourself and tell yourself that today is the best day of my life. And give yourself a hug.
That's right. Because you know what?
That's
It
awesome.
all starts in the mind, doctor.
Yes, repeat after me. I
I am
I am
so grateful
so grateful
so grateful
that I am
That I am.
that I am
a magnet.
Say that again.
A magnet.
a magnet.
a magnet.
Miracle.
Teresa is behind, so she's throwing us off, doctor. So she is a magnet.
I am. I'm gonna
I
say
am.
I am
so grateful
so grateful
So grateful
that I am
that I am
that I am
a magnet
a magnet
a magnet
for miracles.
for miracles.
miracles. That's what I'm
We are walking
Amen.
miracles. Praise God.
Amen.
We are. Thank you so much, doctor. And if you get that mind straight, the body will follow. And we need to find out, a lot of times what's eating us before so we can fix what we're eating. Okay.
Exactly. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. I love sharing, as you can tell, and it's an honor and a blessing to come back anytime you have me back. I'll make sure the computer is working properly.
Yeah, and that website is up because these people want the recipes. They want all the information that you are giving out is just such a wonderful wealth of information. So as soon as you get that website up, we're looking forward for you. You can forward it to us and we'll post it just to make sure that everybody, because they are liking a lot of the things that you are saying.
Yes.
Thank you
Amen.
so much,
Thank
Dr. Lee, and thank you for helping us to start this brand new year off in a positive way. And again, it starts with forgiveness, getting your mind uncluttered, and we start every show with enough time for people so that they can take that breath. And you just sit there, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, and declutter that mind. Declutter the mind.
Yes. And make sure at night, take yourself some magnesium baths. Magnesium with lavender is really a great way to just soothe yourself and go to sleep. Magnesium together. Bath. Okay?
Yeah, yeah. I like lavender. I keep some on my desk so when they get on my nerve, I just smell it. Tell God, take me away. Thank you so much, Dr. Lee. And laughter is good medicine. So I wish that everyone would get more laughter in 2022. Get more laughter. Learn to laugh at yourself, just laugh. And good belly laughs. Laughter is good medicine. And thank you so much, Dr. Lee. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. Those of you who are on Facebook, those of you who are on our YouTube channel, thank you for tuning in as well. Thank you so much, Dr. Lee. And everybody, we love you. And there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. Night, night.
Night.
Good night.
Night, night.
Elder Rudolph Stanfield.
Thank you for listening to The Sandy Rose Show with your host, Sandy Rose. If you have enjoyed this broadcast, won't you consider liking and sharing this with a friend or family member? We'd love for you to share it on your Facebook page. Thank you for tuning to WVTC Radio Detroit. Remember to like and share this broadcast with a friend. We are WVTC, winning victory through Christ.
You're listening to WVTC Gospel Radio Detroit, and we're flowing in the